All right, let's get right into it. We are going to break down the science of building a gas tank that just never runs out. We're talking about transforming you from a fighter who fades out to one who finishes even stronger than they started. You know that feeling, right? That exact moment when your arms feel like they're made of lead, your lungs are on fire, and your body is just screaming stop. You know you've got the skill, you know you have the power, but your energy just hits a brick wall. It is the absolute worst feeling. There's this famous quote, "Fatigue makes cowards of us all." And man, is that true. When you're gassed, it doesn't matter how good your jab is or how hard you hit. Your power disappears, your speed is gone, and honestly, even your will to fight can just evaporate. Endurance really is everything. But here's the really good news. This is the game changer. While yeah, some people are born with a bigger engine, stamina isn't some genetic lottery you lost. It is a science. It's a skill. And just like any skill, it can be built, it can be trained, and it can be perfected. And today, we're giving you the full blueprint. So first things first, before we even think about building a bigger engine, we gotta make the one you already have way more efficient. This is the foundation of everything. It's all about stopping those little wasteful habits that are draining your tank for absolutely no reason. And it all boils down to these 3 pillars. It's that simple: oxygen, tension, and movement. If you can master these, you will immediately plug the biggest leaks in your gas tank without even having to get any fitter. So let's break them down one by one. Okay, this is without a doubt the #1 mistake. I see it all the time. Fighters hold their breath when they throw a hard shot, thinking that tensing up gives them more power. Wrong. That's like trying to sprint while holding your breath. You're gonna gas out in seconds. The key, the absolute rule, is a sharp exhale with every single strike. Shh, shh. That sound, that's you feeding your muscles oxygen and staying loose. Think about it for a second. When you get nervous, or maybe you're just trying a little too hard, what happens? Your shoulders creep up to your ears, you clench your jaw, you get tight. Well, that constant tension is like leaving your car revving at a red light. It's just burning through precious fuel without you going anywhere. You've got to stay loose right up until that moment of impact. And this right here is a perfect example. Look at the difference. On the left, that deep, super tensed stance, it's burning up your leg and back muscles just to hold you up. Your legs will be toast in no time. But on the right, you see that straighter posture? You're letting your skeleton, your bones, do the work of holding your weight. Your muscles are relaxed, just waiting to explode when they're needed, not wasting energy just holding a pose. And this thinking applies to your strategy too. You have to pace yourself. Not every single punch has to be a lights-out knockout blow. You gotta pick your shots, make them count, instead of just flailing away. And when you feel yourself getting tired, use what we call rescue styles. Clinch up, use footwork to create space. You have to be smart enough to find those little moments of rest, even in the middle of a storm. All right, so we've officially plugged all the leaks in your gas tank. Now, it's time to build a bigger one. This section is all about the hard work. This is how we fundamentally increase your body's capacity for high-intensity, explosive output. So listen up, because here is the golden rule. Your training has to be harder than the fight. It just has to. You have to push yourself into that place where you're gasping for air, you can feel that lactic acid burning, and you teach your body how to deal with it and recover. If you only ever train at a comfortable pace, you will never, ever be ready for the chaos of a real fight. To do that, you need to know about your body's 3 engines. Think of it like this. You've got your alactic system, which is like a nitro boost for pure explosive power that lasts about 10 seconds. Then you've got your lactic system. That's for the high-intensity burn. And finally, the aerobic system. That's your base engine, your long-duration motor that recharges the other 2. See, without a strong aerobic base, you can't recover between those explosive bursts. That's why you gotta train all 3. And this chart breaks down exactly how you can do it. For that explosive analactic power, think short, all-out heavy bag sprints, then take a long rest. To build up your tolerance to that burn, you want to do intense intervals, like 30-second Tabatas. And to build that all-important recovery engine, long, steady cardio is your best friend. Yeah, it's not always exciting, but road work and jump rope build the foundation for absolutely everything else. And if you want some specific drills, here are a few absolute killers. Threshold combos. That's where you repeat long 6 to 8 punch combinations over and over. They perfectly simulate late round fatigue. A weighted jump rope? That'll build insane shoulder and lung capacity, especially if you finish each round with an all-out 30-second burnout. And then there's terrible 10s. You go from 1 punch to 2, all the way up to 10, then back down. That drill builds a relentless kind of mental and physical grit. Okay, so you're fighting smart, you're training hard, but all that incredible work you do in the gym can be completely undone by what you do outside of it. This is the final piece of the pyramid, the peak. It's about optimizing your entire system so it can perform and recover at its best. This is what separates the really good fighters from the truly great ones. Let's think about it like a high-performance fuel mix. You've got hydration, clean nutrition, and a powerful mindset. These are the high-octane fuels that make your engine run perfectly. If you neglect even one of these, believe me, your whole system is going to suffer for it. Let's start with hydration, because this is just non-negotiable. Being even slightly dehydrated completely messes with your electrolyte balance, which is absolutely critical for your muscles to even function. You know, when you feel that fatigue starting to set in, one of the very first things to check is if you've had enough water. It's that important. You wouldn't put cheap gas in a Ferrari, right? So why would you put junk food in your body? Processed foods and tons of sugar will absolutely slow you down. Clean food and proper sleep, that's when your body actually does the work of repairing itself and building that new capacity you've been grinding for in the gym. And finally, we have the mind. Let me tell you, when your body is screaming at you to quit, your mind is the only thing that can push you through. If you walk into a training session thinking, I'm too tired for this, you've already lost. Your belief in your own toughness is often that final gear you have when the tank feels like it's on empty. Okay, we've covered the 3 crucial layers of the stamina pyramid. Let's wrap this all up and put it together into one clear, simple blueprint you can start using literally today. Here it is, the whole system. Number 1, fight smart. Stop wasting energy. Breathe, relax, be efficient. Number 2, build the engine. Train hard, train intensely, and hit all 3 of your body's energy systems. And number 3, fuel the fighter. Optimize everything outside the gym, your hydration, your food, and your mindset. That right there is the path to unstoppable endurance. So you have the blueprint. The science is clear, the methods are proven. The only variable left in this whole equation is you. The work is going to be hard, no doubt about it. But that feeling of having plenty of gas in the tank while your opponent is fading, that's worth every single second of it. Now go build it.